friends, welcome back to A Good Life Farm. So today I am making a delicious fall quick bread. This recipe is for apple pumpkin bread, and it's just a moist pumpkin bread with chunks of apple in it. And this recipe makes 2 loaves, standard 8 by 4 inch pans. And so to begin with, I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to get started putting this all together. Alright, so let's see, I need a different size bowl. So in just kind of a medium sized bowl, we're going to combine 3 cups of, we're going to start with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Ooh, I'm making a mess here already. I just filled my canister back up and I kind of overfilled it a little bit. Then we want 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. We're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Wipe that cinnamon off so I don't get cinnamon all in my baking soda dish. And we're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Okay, we're just going to mix these together. Alright, I'm just going to set this aside for a minute. I'm going to grab my mixing bowl. Alright, so we're going to need 4 eggs. Alright, we're going to give these a quick whisking. Then we're going to add in 1/2 cup of plain unsweetened applesauce. We're going to add in 1 cup of granulated sugar. Alright, so 1 cup of brown sugar. We're going to add in 1/2 cup of extra extra virgin olive oil. You could also use vegetable oil or a light olive oil if you prefer. Then we need a half a cup of apple juice or apple cider. We're going to whisk these all together. And now I'm going to dice up some apples, and these apples are really tiny. I'm using some Honeycrisp today, and so I'm going to go ahead and use 3 of these. You're going to end up wanting about a cup of diced apple. And peeling your apples is optional. You can leave the peel on if you want, or you can remove it. It's just a matter of preference. For this particular instance, I'm just going to go ahead and peel them. And actually, these apples are so small, I may end up actually using 4 of them. They are really, really petite little apples. And you can use any kind of apple that you prefer to use for baking. You can use Granny Smith apples. You could use Macintosh. I've used all sorts of different kinds of apples when it comes to baking. So that's actually plenty. I think that might actually be a little bit more than a cup, but it's close enough. So I'm going to grab my liquid ingredients here, my sugar mixture, I'm going to add in my dry ingredients, and we're just going to stir this until it's combined. We're going to add in 1 can of pumpkin, solid packed pumpkin. Whisk that in. Alright, I think we're done with the whisk now. We're going to add in our diced apples and stir these in. Now at this point, if you wanted, you could also add in some diced, you could also add in some chopped pecans or some walnuts. And actually I think I might do that. Let me see what I've got in the pantry. Alright, so my walnuts were the first ones I saw, so I just grabbed some of those. I'm just going to grab a handful or so. We'll just kind of chop these up a little bit since they're just pieces. We don't want them that big in there. You could also add in some pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds if you want to do those. Okay. I think we'll do 1 more of those. This would probably end up being about a little shy of a cup of nuts. And you can probably hear my laundry going in there. It is laundry day, and it is a beautiful day to put the clothes out on the line. It is sunny. It's not incredibly miserably hot out there. There's no real humidity. It is just an absolutely gorgeous late summer day. All right, we'll add those in. And I always get questions about that cutting board. That is an Ulu board, and I got it when I lived in Alaska. There is a company that, I think it's actually the company that made that board, up there in Fairbanks, Alaska. They do have an online store, so if that is something you're interested, I can put a link to that down below underneath this video description, or in the video description. And the knife I was using is called an Ulu. I have a video that I go into the story behind that. That is ready, so I'm going to grab my loaf pans. And these are standard 8 by 4 inch loaf pans. And you'll want to grease and flour your pans or use my mixture that I always use. Now I'm just going to put the batter into the loaf pans, and I'm going to kind of scoop it into there. That way I can evenly divide it without making too much of a mess. Alright, so these are going to go into the oven for 60 to 65 minutes until they test done with a toothpick. After the bread is done baking, take it out and let it sit on a cooling rack in the pans for about 10 minutes, and then carefully remove it from the pan and allow it to cool completely on a cooling rack. Alright, so that is it, friends. If you would like to make that recipe, I have a printable version of it on my website, and I will put a link to that down below. If you aren't already signed up for my free email newsletter, be sure to sign up for that and never miss anything that happens here in the homestead. So thanks for joining us here in the homestead kitchen. My name is Constance, and this is Willow at A Good Life Farm. and we'll talk to y'all next time.